In this video, we're going to review the Piotnet Forms and we're going to see how it can work. Hi, my name is Stratos and I'm constantly producing video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So Piotnet Forms is a fairly new plugin. It's about 5 or 6 months now in the market, and the idea came from the Piotnet Puffet for Elementor. If you don't know that plugin, it's an add-on for Elementor. It adds functionality and it adds some elements. One of those elements that they had was a form element, and with that form you could build amazing forms with calculate fields, ACF and custom post types integration and some other settings. So they decided that they can create another plugin that will separate them from Elementor, and you can use that plugin, the Piotnet Forms, along with your website builder that you are using inside your website. So if you're using Oxygen, Gutenberg, Divi, Breezy or anything else, you can use this plugin to create your contact form. It's a drag and drop, everything is customizable, and it's an amazing plugin. It has a free version with some basic features, more than other plugins will give you in the free version, and it has also some pro features as well, we're going to see later on. Let's first start from the price. I think at this moment is the cheapest pro plugin that you can buy for a form. And as you can see, the personal is $40 for one site every year. Unlimited is $80 every year for unlimited websites, and the lifetime package is $99 one-time fee for unlimited websites lifetime deal. And as I've said, this is the best deal that you can have at this moment for a form plugin. Now, if we go to the changelog, you will see that the team behind the Piotnet Forms is working hard. There are many cases that they are adding every day something new, but every single week they add something. Maybe they will give us later on this year amazing features. They have some ground to cover if you put them against some known other plugins, but at this moment you can use it to also build extremely complicated forms. They are missing some features. We're going to see some of those later on. So let's go also to the documents, and I think the documentation is way too simple. It doesn't cover everything, so they need to improve in this documentation. They also do not have video tutorials, so this is also something that is missing from that plugin. And if we go to the demo templates, we will see that they have two demo at this moment, which you can download and import to your plugin, but they don't have any image to show which form you are importing. By the way, this is a simple contact form, and this is a pro version with calculated fields and more advanced settings. So let's go to our website, and this is the website I have added inside the plugins, the custom post type UI to create a custom post type named cars. And I have also added the advanced custom field to add some custom fields inside that custom post type. We are going to later on create a front-end submission for the custom post type, and you're going to see how it works. And with that, you can understand how you can create front-end submission for your posts, yet alone the custom post types. So let's click Add New, and let's go and search for the Piotnet. They have a free version, and the pro version is an add-on to that free version. So this is the Piotnet Forms. It has 1000 active installation. This is the plugin that I was talking about, where the Piotnet Forms idea came from. Let's activate that, and you will see that the Piotnet Forms will add something here. And in the settings, you will see that all the integration are for the pro version. Here we have the import feature. You can import here the templates that you have from their website or from another website of your own. You can export a form and import that here. And the database abandonment and booking is pro features as well. Let's go to the forms, and here we're going to click Add New. Let's open that in a new tab. And here I'm going to name the form Contact. So I'm going here to click Publish. And once I click Publish, as you can see, the button that said edit with Piotnet Forms went away. I wish it wouldn't, and I would like here to have it enabled, because I'm used to click here, save, and then have it here. But no matter what, if you do that, you have to go back and then just let me close that. You have to go back, refresh here, and just click the edit with Piotnet Forms, as you can see here. So I'm going to click that inside here, and now I'm inside the form builder. So this is the layout. If you have used Elementor, this is a pretty familiar. So you have here the elements that you can use. The Pro, of course, are for the Pro version. You cannot add those in the free version. And here we have the PC layout, the tablet, and the mobile layout. Here we have the preview button, and here we have back to WordPress. This is the save button, and if I click here, this editor will go away, and I have the full version of the form that I'm building. I'm going to click back here, and the editor is here as well. So now I can drag elements inside here. I have a section which basically is a box that you can add inside their elements. You don't have to use sections, but if you want to add more advanced customization, if you want to do 2 columns, if you want something like that, maybe it's easier to do it with a section. You don't have to. But if you want also to add background, if you want to change sometimes the padding, you should add a section first. So now I'm going to add the field here. And this is what you're going to use most of the times. This is the field and this is the submit button, but we're going to do that. You can drag and drop a field here and then you can start building your form. But if you want to have more customizable options, it's better to add the section first and then add inside the section the fields that you want. So by adding this section, it will give me more control because I have also another column that I can select, duplicate, or change the width. So I'm going to drop first a section and I'm going to grab this field, and I'm going to drop it inside this section. Now I wish here it was easier. They don't have anything to see the form of the layout, the layout of the form, not the form of the layout. And you cannot see if you have add more sections. You have to hover every time to see if there are sections that are empty right here. So once we have a section here, you will see now that it will give me also 2 more choices, which is this one is for the whole section and this is for the column. Now let's go first and change the field. So I'm going to click here that says edit, and now I have the settings. The form ID is something that you should put for all the fields that you're going to add inside the forms. This is something that it's not automatically grabbed in the free version. I don't know why, but for the Pro version, this is automatically grabbed from the title of the form. In the free version, you have to type it. This is something like a bug or something. They haven't added in the free version. So I'm going here to put a contact, and I'm going to add that in the clipboard because I do want to have it in the clipboard. Remember that this should be the same for all the fields inside the same contact form. So then we have the field ID, and this is a name because I'm building a contact form, so I have a name. Then I have the short code, which is automatically populated. Then I have the type, and here I can select the text, email, text area, URL, and some other fields, as you can see. They have also a file upload, and this is something that most cases it's a pro feature, but this is a free feature. So label, this is a name, and you can select if you want to show the label or hide it. Placeholder, if you want to have something inside the placeholder. Then we have the pattern, which is an HTML tag, autocomplete, required if you want to required, invalid message if you want to show a custom message for if someone doesn't complete this and it's a required field. Max length, we have required mark, this is an HTML tag also. Remove this field from the repeater if you're going to add repeater fields, and default value if you're going to add something from default. Of course, this is not the case. Now, this is all for the settings. If I go to the style, as you can see, I have the label and I can change the spacing, text align, so I can go and put that in the center or in the left. Text color, I can change the text color of this field. Let's delete that. Typography, I can change anything that I want, and pretty much this is something that you may have seen and reminds you of Elementor, because it's based in the idea of Elementor. And as you can see, it's pretty much similar. Then we have the field, and we have the almost same settings for the field. And as you can see, we have also background color, we have some input max width, and other settings that you can style. There's no point on saying everything. You can play about 5 minutes and you will find everything but from your own. Let's go into the advanced, and here you will see that I have the margin, the padding, box, shadow, custom ID, classes, border, and background. Now here I can duplicate the field, and I can now select this field and change anything that I want. So here, instead of the name, I'm going to put email. Remember that this should be named the same as all the fields. So I'm going to leave it as contact, and here I'm going to put email. The short code is email automatically. Here I'm going to put email. The label is email. And I'm going to remove the name holder. Now, since I have used here a section, I can click in the section, and I have also some settings for the section. So I have the content width should be boxed or full width, width of the boxed, of course. Then I have the styled, and this can change all the settings inside here automatically. So if I go and select the text color to be red, as you can see, all the fields changed to red. Then I can change the typography, and all the fields will change the same. So it's easier for you to handle if you add sections. Also, I can go inside here and I can duplicate, so I can create another column, and I can have 2 columns for the same form. Of course, now I have to change that. So I'm going to put the name here and the email here. As you can see, now you can play with those 2 columns. Now, if I click here in the column, I have, as you can see, column width, and I can select here to be 40, and the other will be 60. And I can select if I want flex start, flex end, space around, or space between. The style for the column again, and I can change the typography, advanced, margin, and anything else. Let's go for the section, and I'm going to change the background. So let's go to advanced, let's go to background, and I'm going to select the background color just to change it to something a little different, something like that, just to see what I can do. Under that, I want to put another field, which will be for a text area, but I'm going to put that in both of those. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to add another section right here. Okay, let me add it here. Okay, it worked. And now I'm going to add another field, and in this field I'm going to of course paste here the contact. Field ID is a message. Short code will be message automatically. Type will be text area. Label, type here your message, no message. Message, and placeholder will be type here. Something like that. So you can create whatever layout that you want, and if I go and change to the tablet, I can make some changings into the tablet. So I can go for the specific message field, and I can go into advanced, and I can go for a margin, and let's say that I want by clicking here you you don't group all of those settings, and let's go and put 50 pixels margin. As you can see, now I have 50 pixels margin for the tablet layout. So if I go back to my PC, you can see that I don't have any margin here. This is specific for what I changed in the mobile view. So this is very nice. And of course, I have another field that is text area, and you can put that inside your form, because you may have to give some directions, some instructions, or you want to put something inside your form. You can change that to whatever tag you want. You have a paragraph, a span, a div, and anything else. I don't know why we have a div inside here, but we do. And we have the alignment, and you can change the alignment. Of course, the style and the advanced can be changed as well. Let's delete that. And the last thing I want to do is add a submit button. It will go to the bottom, and as you can see here, the submit. The form ID should be the same, contact. The text is submit, and I'm going to put submit now just to change that. You can see that you can select to remove empty fields from the input field, so they will not be sent to you in your email, and you will keep your form clean. If you have too many fields that someone can type, then you may want to leave those empty if they're not selected. So then we have the alignment, and I can go for center or right or justify to get the full width. If I want, I will leave it as this here. And here I have the options, actions after submit. So I'm going to select here, and it says here email. As you can see, it says here email, and you have email here, the settings for the email that you checked. So if I click here and close that, the email is gone. So you have email, so it will email after submitting. You can also check and select email to, and this will add other options here. This is basically if you want to also send a copy to your client and you want to change a little bit the layout, and also there are some things that you don't want for them to see. So the email first is for you and the email 2 is for your client. Let's go and open that, and as you can see, it says submit ID. This is the ID short code of your submit form, and then it says where you want to send that. It will grab the administrator email. Then it says subject, new message from guidance, or contact form message or something, contact form. Then we have the message, and this means that all the fields will be added here. Now you can go and style it as you want. So here you can put a new form was submitted. And then you can select to show all the fields. You can also customize it more by saying, let's say here, name of the visitor is semicolon, and then I can go back to the name field. I can select it. I can go into the settings and grab this short code for the name and go back to the submit now and select here and paste the field ID. So now this will be automatically changed by the name that the visitor will put here. And with that, you can change the whole layout of your email. So you will have a better layout for your forms. Then we have a form name, reply to, CC, BCC, and the metadata that you may want to know. Or if you don't, you can just delete them. In the email too, if I click it, you will see that they have all the fields right now, or you can change, of course, the layout as we said. So you can say something like you successfully sent your message that was said here, something like that. And you can put just the message if you don't want to repopulate the email and the name. And of course, the metadata will not be shown to the visitor. After that, you can click save, and let's go back to the forms. Let's go and refresh the page, and here, as you can see, I have the shortcode. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to copy that and into one of the pages. I'm going to paste that here. Gutenberg recognized that it's a shortcode, so it will add the shortcode element here. Let's update that, and let's go and view that in the front end. So as you can see, this is how it looks at this moment, and I can put here the name, I can put here the email, message, and submit now. Of course, this is not an email, and it says please enter an email address, and this is why I add here an email element and not the text element. So it will require something like that without the comma, I think. Okay, and now I can click submit now, and says the form was successfully submitted. So let's close that, and here we have also custom message. If I click here, that says the form was successfully sent, so you can change the successful message, the error message required, and the invalid. If I go to the styling, I have more styling for the button, and as you can see, I have the normal hover colors, so I can change the text color to black, and change the background color to red, and in the hover I can change that to a white with black. So if I hover, you will see that. It's not a good solution, but you can do something like that. You have also some typography, and you can style the color of the message as well. So the error can be blue, the successful can be, I don't know, the colors of your theme, and the inline message can be something else. If you go to advanced, you can change, of course, other settings. So enough with the free version. This is a basic version, but you can create anything that you want, and the amazing feature is that you can style it as well as you want. So if I just wanted to have something here with a name and a submit button here, I can do easily that without anything else. If I want just a name and a submit button, I can do that. You don't have to see what settings the form is giving you to edit that. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going here, I'm going into the plugins, install, add new plugin, and I'm going to upload the Pro version. So I'm going for the Pro version, and I'm going to install it now. The Pro version, of course, will give me the integration and will give me more settings. And with that settings, I'm going to create a front-end submission form for a custom post type, which is pretty advanced. I'm not going too advanced. I'm not going for calculate fields. I'm not going for booking or something else. This is not a 2 hours video, so I'm going to keep it as short as I can, but I'm going to give you some things. So as you can see, the license is already activated. But this is something that I don't want to be seen from my client. So if I go and if I had some here to change anything like that, I don't want the client to see that it's a lifetime deal. I know it's a lifetime deal. I don't want them to see that it's activated into websites and everything else. So as you can see, we have the Google Sheet, Google Calendar, Google Maps, Stripe, PayPal, Mailchimp, MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, reCAPTCHA, MailerLite, GetResponse integration, Zoho integration, and all of those are here. Everything else like Stripe, like PayPal and anything else are inside the form. So let's go again into the forms, and I'm going to edit again with the Piotnet Forms. Let's close that. And let's see now. As you can see, we have all the features enabled now. And we have also another feature that is the gear icon right here. So from the gear icon, we can change for the whole form the spacing, text align, and anything else that you can see here. The fields can be changed, and we have more styling options for all the form. Let's go back to, okay, I don't want to save now. Okay, let's save that. And let's go back. Okay. So now that we are here, we're going to delete all of those. And we're going to grab a section, and from the section we're going to start by adding a submit button. But as you can see, I can add icons, short codes, field, submit, lost password, preview submission, multi-step form, and everything else. So let's go and add here the field, and the first field will be car title. As you can see now, the form ID is automatically grabbed, contact, and the field ID should be car title or just car. Let's car. The car. So the name of the field is car, and the short code is automatically grabbed. The text is the type, and the label is car. Okay. The placeholder, I'm not going to put anything else inside here. And as you can see, I have also the input mask, and I have settings that I can enable for the mask, so I can change the layout. Let's go back to the settings. I don't want to change anything inside here, so I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to select the car, and the next field that I'm going to change and edit that is a text area. Now, instead of a text area, I also had a tiny MCE, which will give me more control to my text, and it only works in the front end, but I'm going to select that. This is a pro feature. And let's go to the field ID, and this is the description. So the three settings that I do want, the three fields that I do want when I begin to create a custom post type a front-end submission form for a custom post type is the title, the description, and the featured image. And then I'm going to add all the other advanced custom fields. So this is okay, the description. And now I'm going also to add a field. Do not, this is an image. This is something that you add a static image inside your form. So I'm going to add also a field because this is the interaction. And it grabbed the contact. This is the featured image. So image. Okay, the type. I'm going to select the image upload here. The label is image. And I can select the max file size to be 1 megabyte. The error message, if you exceed that, I cannot go less than 1 megabyte, which is the same. And I can say that allow types is JPG because I don't want PNGs. Okay, the error message is here and everything else is pretty much easy to find out. So after that, we need something to choose for the makers. This is what I have created for taxonomy. And if we go to our website, let's go to dashboard, let's go to the website. We have here, once it loads, the cars. As you can see, the cars has a makers. This is the custom taxonomy. And I have the Honda Lancia. This will be deleted, okay. And I have the Toyota also. If I go to all cars, I don't have anything inside here. And let's go back here. And I need now something so you can select which taxonomy you want. So I'm going to click here to add another field. And this field is maker. So basically you select the maker. So I'm going to select the label maker. And this field is a terms select. Okay. Let's save that just to save it how we have done it until now. And if I go to the front end and refresh, for some reason the mouse doesn't always responding. I will see now that I have the car description and the image here. Okay, and let's go and continue. This maker will work later on. It doesn't work at this moment. So here that says term select type, you can select if you want to have a checkbox or a radio or a select. I'm going to leave it as a selector. And let's continue by adding a new field. Let's continue. And here in the fields, I'm going to add, let's try and make the mouse to work. Okay. And here it's time to add our custom fields. Let's open now our custom field groups. And this is the car details, which I have the 5 custom fields: engine, horsepower, transmission, and extra, and doors. 3 of those are a text type, 1 is a selection, and 1 is a checkbox. So if I go to cars and add new, you will see that I will have those 5 fields: engine, horsepower, transmission, extras, and doors. Okay, so what we want first is the engine. I'm going to copy that, engine, and let's go here and put here engine. This is a text, so I'm going to leave it as a text. The label is engine as well. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to the end, and as you can see, I can grab now the width and I can drag and drop it wherever I want. This is a pro feature as well, so I can leave it somewhere around 20, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to advanced, and here I have the width, so I'm going to put 20. Let's duplicate that and let's go to the field groups and grab the HP, horsepower. Okay, so now this, let's go to settings. This is the horsepower. This is a text as well. The label is horsepower, and if you want the placeholder, you can put that here. I don't want anything else. And let's duplicate that, and now we are in the next field, which is the transmission, and this, as you can see, is a select field. So I'm going back here. I'm going to put, let's select first that. Okay, and field is transmission. The placeholder is transmission. and sorry, not placeholder, the label is transmission, but I have to change the text to something else. So this is a select. Once you choose here the select, you have also the options that you can add. And now I have to go back and open that and grab my choices, automatic, manual, and semi-automatic, and go here and paste the options right here. They will be populated right here, as you can see. And now I can continue, duplicate that, select it, and see what I have next. Next is the extras, which is a checkbox. As you can see here is a checkbox. So I'm going right here, I'm going to select that, checkbox, checkbox, and this is a checkbox. Okay, and now again I will have to select here the options. Since I have selected the checkbox, I have now some settings, native custom checkboxes, button, and square. I will leave it as it is, and now I have put the options here. It had some value because I duplicate the transmission. Let's open that, edit, and now I have those settings, as you can see. Copy and paste it right here. It's easier to copy and paste so you know that you don't do anything wrong. And duplicate that for the extras. The last one is the doors. And this is a text field. So I'm going to put here doors. Select this field, okay. Let's go up. Doors. This is the text. And this is doors. And let's go and save. Now, next thing that we're going to add is, of course, a submit button. I'm going to add the button that says here submit. And I'm going to change that instead of click here. Sorry, I don't want a button. I want a submit. So I want to change the submit. Instead of submit, I want to change that to another that says post car or send car or something else. Of course, the form ID is the same, contact. I will put that justify just to have it a little bit better. And then I have the actions after submit. I'm going to open that, and as you can see, I can change the email, and I have all the other settings that are for the Pro version. So I'm going to select here and put submit post. Once I do that, I have also some shortcode here. This is to add it inside your content of the form, so you can edit the post that you have added, or you can add it, as it says here, inside your template, single template, so you can change whatever you want. This is more advanced stuff. I'm not going to do that at this moment. So also we have other settings, as you can see here. I'm not going to do any of those because it will take me too much of my time and this video will be way too long. And once I hit submit post, this is the submit post that I'm going to edit now. So I'm going to open that, and this is the post type. Here I'm going to select cars because I'm adding a cars. And term list, this is the custom taxonomy. So I'm going to add an item and I'm going to select makers. So this is what I'm going to get. And here I'm going to select which field is for the taxonomy. So this is the maker. Once I do that, I can save that. And then click in the item to close it. If you want, you can add more items. And this is if you want to add more custom taxonomies or tags or anything else. After that, we have the post status. If we want to be published or pending, I'm going to choose that to pending, so you can review the post that they have submitted and change what you want. Then we have the post URL, which I'm going to change because I can't. It's automatically calculated. And then I have the title, content, and featured image. Those three are the three required for all the posts. I don't think that anyone is adding post without an image, description, and title. So title is car, description, first shortcode is the description field that I have. So basically you assign those fields with the field that you added in the form, and the featured image field shortcode is the image. After that, I have the custom fields that says here, and here I can select post custom field, ACF, toolset, or jet engine. I'm going to select ACF field, and here I'm going to add the fields that I want. So add item. The first, as you can see here, it says custom field slug. So I'm going back to the custom fields, to advanced custom fields, and I'm going to close those fields. Close field. And now, as you can see, I have here the slug. This is the slug that it's expecting next to the label. So the engine is the first slug. Engine. So I'm going back to my form. And here I'm going to put engine. And now I'm going to select which is the field shortcode for the engine. So this is basically the field that I have added here. Then it says if it's a text area or something else. It's a text, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to add item. And this is something that I don't like, that it says item here. And if I add 5 items, because I have 5 fields, and close that, as you can see, all of those says items, but I have to click inside here to see which is which. So I would like that to be renamed to something else like the slug. So next is the horsepower, which has an HP slug, and paste that inside here. And the field is the HP. Okay, this is a text, so I'm going to leave it as this. Then we have the transmission. Let's go back to the ACF, copy the slug of transmission and paste it right here. Transmission, and the field shortcode is transmission. Okay, next, here I have to select something else because now it's not a text, it's a select. So now I can go to the next item, which is the extras, and this is a checkbox field. As you can see here, checkbox. So I'm going back to the form, paste here extras, and select here extras. And here I'm going to select the checkbox. And last item, which is a text field, I need the doors slug. So let's copy that, doors, and paste that inside here and select here the doors. Again, copy and paste, it's the safest method, so you will not do any mistakes. After that, hit save. You can close the field, and you can see that I have also Stripe payment, PayPal payment, reCAPTCHA version 3, custom messages, abandonment, and Google Search. So, of course, I'm not going to do any of those at this moment. Let's go back and refresh the page here. And now I have all the settings except for the maker, which I have not done some customization. So let's first check the items, and here it says term slug. So here I have to put the term slug from the maker. So let's go and see what it is, where you can find it. If I go to custom post type and edit taxonomies, here I will see that the taxonomy that I have has a slug of makers. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put that in the term slug. Okay, let's save that and let's refresh and see if it's working. Okay, and yet again I have something else to check. Let's go and check the makers, and here the terms select is okay. This is correct. The term select is maker, and this that says taxonomy slug category, I have also must change that to makers. Let's save that, and let's see now if I refresh. Now it's working fine, as you can see. So for the car, I'm going to add a car just to test that. Car Civic. Sorry, not car Civic, Honda Civic. Honda Civic, the description is description of the car of Honda. Okay, the image, I can select here the image and I can select something like that. Okay, the maker is the Lancia. Then we have the engine, which is 1500. Horsepower is 150. The transmission is manual. I have ABS, Bluetooth, and turbo, and the doors are 4. After that, I'm going to click post car. The form was sent successfully, as it said here. And if I go back to my cars and all cars, I will see that I have a pending Honda Civic, which I can edit and change if I want to edit something. As you can see, description 1500, 150, manual, ABS, Bluetooth, turbo, 4 doors, and the featured image. So I can publish that, and this, of course, will be published now in the front end. So that was how you can create a custom post type submission. If you know how to do it with custom fields, you can do it in the posts, of course. Since they have way too many features, I cannot, of course, do everything inside this tutorial because it will be more than 2 hours or 3 hours. You can play with that and search if you want something. If you have any questions, add right in the description below. So for my review, I think for the price that you are getting this right now, $99, this is a must-have plugin. Also, it's a very light. I think it's 2 or 3 more requests than the Contact Form 7, which is extremely light form plugin. So this is what I'm using at this moment in every of my websites because it's very easy to create. It's very easy to customize. I don't have to go to another setting, another place to change the colors and see what I'm doing. The moment I am adding the text field and the button, I can change the color and put whatever I want. Of course, there are some things that I'm missing that I told you. I'm also missing some demos, some templates, some things that I would like to see more is front-end submission for WooCommerce. There are things that I would like also. I have sent some bugs that I found. Hopefully they will improve. And for the price that you are getting at this moment, it's a must-have plugin. So that was my review. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.